Last time out, we completely committed the Ruben Amorim system at Manchester United. We sold off Bruno Fernandes, revamped the midfield, and yet we find ourselves no better off than in real life. Can we turn around the Portuguese fortune? Or will he be sacked before this video even comes out? Let's find out. Before we dive in, only 7% of you are subscribed, so go ahead and make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. After 2 defeats on the bounce, Manchester United headed to Brentford, desperate to regain their form. And thankfully, their new summer signing Benjamin Sesko came up big when it mattered most, scoring twice in a tight 2-1 win over the Bees. It was a Slovenian's 4th goal in just 6 appearances, as he was quickly establishing himself as a crucial member of Amorim's side. He followed it up with yet another goal in a thrilling 3-2 victory over Sunderland, as United finally got their season back on track thanks to back-to-back victories. The victory pushed United up to 7th place, level on points with Liverpool and just 3 points behind the top 4. But their progress was in danger of becoming yet another false start as they prepared for a crucial clash at Anfield. A win could ignite a genuine push for the top 4, while another defeat could risk derailing Amorim's Manchester United career once again. And so Manchester United entered the home of the champions at a crossroads in their season. Similarly, Liverpool had yet to kick on their title defense, stuck in 6th place despite the high-profile signings of Florian Wirtz and Alexander Isak. It was a must-win match for both sides, an iconic fixture of the league, and one that had delivered countless shocking and unforgettable moments. For Liverpool, defeat was unthinkable. For Amorim, it was a perfect chance to finally deliver a long-awaited statement victory in his Manchester United tenure. Unfortunately, the first half failed to live up to the hype. The weight of the occasion produced a nervy opening 45 minutes, with United's only effort on target coming from a tame Sesko header. The half ended goalless, with neither side anywhere near making a breakthrough. But you could feel the tension in the air. Both sides knew that a draw wouldn't do. The stage was set for a second half that promised the drama that the fixture deserved. And just like that, the game burst into life 15 minutes into the second half, after a careless ball saw Sesko send Van Dijk to the floor, giving the Slovenian an opportunity to run straight through on goal. It was a perfect chance to take the lead, and the young striker failed to convert as Alisson caught the ball easily and quickly started a counterattack. Isak received the ball and muscled Luke Shaw off himself, before sitting down to lick and sending Mohamed Salah through, only for the Egyptian to rattle a post. The match had quickly turned into a frantic back and forth, with both sides coming close to finding the breakthrough, and at last, the game truly sprung into life. And just moments later, a switch of play from Morton found Bryan Mbeumo in the wing. The powerful Cameroonian had plenty of space to go straight at his man, and eventually he beat Andrew Robertson, went down to the end line and found Sesko at the near post, who headed Manchester United into a crucial lead. That made it 6 from 8 games for Sesko, and once again his elite leaping ability proved useful as he scored yet another headed goal. And it was at the expense of arguably the best center back in the world, as he completely dominated Van Dijk to the point where the big man nearly hurt himself falling over his own goalkeeper. But just as quickly as the game sprung to life, United slowed things down, closing out the match with a safe, uneventful finish, securing a 1-0 lead. Boos rang out around Anfield as the champions' slump continued, but for Amorim, he finally had his long-awaited statement win. Sesko once again delivered when it mattered, while United's defense held firm against Liverpool's expensive attack, sealing a 1-0 victory for the Red Devils. But there is no time for the weary as United welcomed Brentford to Old Trafford on a cold, rainy Manchester afternoon. Fresh off their massive win at Anfield, Amorim's side entered the match level on points with 4th place Chelsea, while Brighton languished down in 16th. Meanwhile, Sesko arrived in red-hot form, scoring in each of his last 5 games, and United were further boosted by the return of Lisandro Martinez from injury, his first appearance of the season. At last, it felt as though Amorim's project was beginning to click, with all the pieces for a top 4 finish falling into place. Still, none of that would matter if they couldn't maintain momentum, because without another victory here, the win at Anfield would become meaningless. And of course, who else but Sesko would give United the lead just 6 minutes in, amazingly rising above the keeper to head home. And half an hour later, he doubled the advantage with yet another header. This time the goalkeeper stayed rooted to his spot, But it made no difference, as Amorim's main man was unstoppable, making it 8 goals in 9 matches, within truly astonishing form. Despite having the deficit in the second half, Brighton failed to find the equalizer. Ruben Amorim and his side continued their strong form, much thanks to the ruthlessness of Sesko's leaping ability, and it finished 2-1 to Manchester United. Sesko kept his hot streak alive, rescuing a late draw away at Nottingham Forest. The result left Manchester United sitting nicely in 5th place, just a single point behind 4th place Arsenal. Even more importantly, they now held a 3-point cushion over Tottenham, and just in time for a rematch of last year's Europa League final. It was yet another pivotal match for Manchester United's season. A win could cement their hold on a top 4 race while seeing Tottenham slip even further behind. It was also a chance for Amorim to right the wrongs of last season's Europa League final. Unfortunately, an early goal just 5 minutes in set the tone for a miserable evening for United. Spurs tore apart Amorim's side, netting 3 goals in the first half, as United looked completely out of sorts. It was a total demolition, threatening to derail their top 4 push. And the match ended 3-0, leaving Amorim once again under fire for such a disastrous display in North London. The drubbing at the hands of Tottenham threatened to derail United's season. Thankfully for Amorim, his side responded immediately, earning a 2-1 win at home against Everton, before following up with an impressive 2-1 away victory to inform Crystal Palace. Unfortunately, the back-to-back wins only papered over the cracks, as United stumbled through a disastrous December, picking up only 8 points from 6 league matches. Nothing encapsulated United's poor form more than the disappointing home defeat to Newcastle. At a time when they desperately needed stability, their defense was completely overrun and exposed, while their attack stalled, with Sesko's red-hot form vanishing overnight, as the Slovenian failed to find a net throughout the entire month. But Sesko and United would begin to rediscover their form with a 3-2 victory over Wolves to close out the month, followed by a narrow 1-0 victory against old rivals Leeds. It was a match that saw Sesko finally end his goal-scoring drought, and the goal marked an important milestone as Sesko reached the halfway point of the season as the club's top goal scorer with 11 goals in 21 matches. Meanwhile, Cunha was enjoying a strong run of form, contributing 9 goals and 8 assists. With their attack finding rhythm again, United had reason to believe in a mid-season revival. Sitting in 6th place but only 2 points off top 4, Amorim's side still had everything to play for. Yet the road ahead wouldn't be easy. Up next came a visit from their city rivals for the second Manchester derby of the season, followed by a daunting trip to the Emirates to face off against 3rd place Arsenal. 2 massive fixtures, and they couldn't have come at a worse time. If Ruben Amorim couldn't find the results here, United's newfound form would prove to be nothing more than a false hope for a season revival. It was a rainy day in Manchester as Amorim nervously looked on, hoping for a major victory. Yet it only took a quarter of an hour for United's defense to capitulate, leaving Bernardo Silva with ample time to blast City into an early lead. It was far too easy for City as they cut right through United's defense, leaving Amorim absolutely furious on the sideline. But United wasn't ready to lay down yet. An overlapping run from Dorgu saw the wingback set up Sesko for the equalizer. It was a composed finish from the Slovenian, who now had his 12th goal of the season. Unfortunately, United's defense would yet again let them down when they needed them most. A bizarre looping cross from the box from Marmoush was headed home from the Dutch midfielder Reinders. It was a disastrous goal to concede, as the 5'9" Lisandro Martinez was beaten in the air, while Le Mans was stranded in no man's land, practically handing City the game winner. And it would prove to be the game winner, with Manchester City leaving Old Trafford with a 2-1 victory. And just a week later, United's supposed resurgence was proven to be just a false hope, as a humiliating thrashing at the hands of Arsenal all but ended their season right there and then in the heart of North London. United stumbled through the second half of the season with inconsistent stop-start form, rarely managing to win more than 2 matches in a row. They finished the second half run-in with a record of 6 wins, 2 draws, and 7 losses. The run included several humiliating defeats to their top 4 rivals, like a 3-2 loss away at St James's Park, a devastating 3-0 thrashing at home to Aston Villa, and a dismal 3-1 defeat to a struggling Liverpool side on the third-to-last game of the season. The only significant win during the stretch was a 1-0 victory over Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, where Sesko produced a well-placed finish. Unfortunately for the Slovenian, it would be his only goal for the remainder of the campaign. Sesko's dramatic dip in form was a major factor behind United's sputtering second half. After entering January with 11 goals, he finished the season with just 13 goals, as United's momentum completely collapsed. Ruben Amorim's first full season ended with United in 7th place on 60 points, 17 points adrift of 4th place Liverpool, while narrowly missing out on the Conference League on goal difference. Manchester City were crowned champions with 95 points, a stark reminder how far United still had to climb before dreaming of a title charge. Still, compared to last season's disastrous 15th place finish, there are still encouraging signs of progress, even if European qualification slipped away. But was it enough to save Amorim's job? Well, that's for you to decide. If this video hits 100 likes, we'll continue with a season 2 of Amorim's rebuild. So go ahead and like and comment, and let me know if you want this series to continue.